In this video, I'm going to be talking about 8-3, which is simplifying expressions. When we're simplifying expressions, all that means is getting your expression into the simplest form possible. And most of the times, like in this example here, that will just be a single number. So really, all you are doing is solving this expression using the order of operations like we discussed in 8-2. So let's remind ourselves about PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, addition and subtraction from left to right. So I'm going to get this expression as simple as possible into just one single number. Okay, so usually we would just say solving it. That's the same thing. The reason it's called simplifying and not solving is because there isn't an equation sign. So we're not necessarily solving, we're just making it simpler. So I'm going to start with anything in parentheses. And 4 times 8 is 32. I'm going to rewrite my problem. Next I would do exponents, but I don't have any. So now I'm going to do multiplication and division from left to right. I have 32 divided by 2, which is 16, and I still have plus 8. Now I'll add and subtract, but I only have addition. So I'm just adding 16 plus 8, which is 24. This is my simplified expression. Isn't 24 a much simpler way to write this whole thing? So that's why we call it simplifying. Okay, sometimes you'll get a problem with a variable in it, an algebraic expression, but they may tell you what that variable equals. So in this case, b equals 9. So I just like to cross out the b and place what it equals right there in its spot. So now we can solve this using the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So first we do anything in parentheses. I have 16 minus 9, which is 7. So that brings me to 7 plus 2 times 3. I'm rewriting the rest of the problem. The next thing is exponents, but I don't have any. Now I'm going to multiply or divide, whatever comes first from left to right. All I have is multiplying, so I'm going to do that. 2 times 3 is 6, so now I have 7 plus 6, and I can finish off by adding. That is 13. So my simplified expression is 13. Basically, that's saying a simpler way to write this whole thing in blue is by just saying 13. Sometimes when you need to simplify an expression, you will not be told what y equals or what your variable equals. So in that case, you need to make the expression as simple as possible. So basically, you do everything else that you can, and when you get down to it and you need this y, you can just stop. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to go through and do PEMDAS. And so I'm going to start with my parentheses. 48 divided by 12 is 4. So now I have 8 times 4 times y. I don't have any exponents. I'm going to either multiply and divide, then add and subtract, but I don't have addition or subtraction. All I really have left to do is multiplication. So I can multiply 8 times 4. That's 32. So now I have 32 times y. I don't know what y is, so I have to stop here. I made it as simple as possible. I got down as much as I could. I did as much as I could, and now I'm left with this y, and since I don't know what y equals, I have to stop there. Okay. The only way I could make this 32 times y a touch simpler is by writing 32y. So that would be my simplest answer I can get. Remember, when we don't have a symbol in operation, that means times. So 32 times y is just 32y. That's as simple as I can get, so this would be the correct answer. Here's another example of one where they don't tell you what the variable equals, so I can't get to just a number. If you don't know what the variable equals, you're going to be left with some sort of numbers and the variable, since you couldn't change the variable out for numbers. So in this one, I'm going to follow PEMDAS, and I don't have parentheses, so I'll move on to exponents. I don't have any of those. I'm going to multiply or divide from left to right. So division appears first, so I'm going to do that first. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now I have 2 times 3 plus g. I have more multiplication, so I need to do that. I have 2 times 3, so 2 times 3 is 6. And I have plus g. I don't know what g equals, though, so there's nothing more I can do. This is as simple as I would be. So my final answer is 6 plus g. It's simpler than this up here, but I can't get any simpler. Okay, I want you to try these two problems on here for your homework. You need to write them on a separate piece of paper and bring them in tomorrow. This right here is a Z, the letter Z, and this is a 2, so don't get confused. Make them as simple as possible. Some of them you might have variables still left in the answer, or you might be able to get it down to just one number. So basically, you're solving as much as you can to get it as simple as possible. Good luck.
Hey, this is just Mrs. Ada giving a shout out to all my people. Have fun in math and don't mess up.